Let's talk about the big ideas here, okay? Before we get into why we're doing what we're doing. Your body uses something called ATP. It's a process that produces energy packets in the body. Every cell in the body. It can't be stored. It's got to be made at the cellular level, and every cell uses it to make its own energy that it needs. 4 sources of that ATP from food. 1 is glycogen, which is storage in the liver. 2 is the blood glucose, what we eat and digest, and we get sugar from our food. 3 is body protein, and 4 is our fat storage. Glycogen, let's talk about that quickly. It's sugar molecules in a long chain stored in the liver. All right, you take a sugar molecule and you put it in a package and store it. All right, when you need quick energy, you need it now, you need to go. It takes and dumps that glycogen and just rapidly takes that shit apart and puts that glucose in your body. You need it now. It's a wonderful, very quick energy. It also is about 60 seconds at max worth of energy that you have stored. So you are not going to use your glycogen for long-term storage on your daily basis. It's just not there. If you try, they're going to damage your liver. All right? If that becomes your main source of energy, it will damage things. Protein. Obviously, muscles are protein. Some muscle that's in organs are protein. That's one of the sources that the body can use to make ATP, sugar and then ATP. It can convert that muscle tissue into energy. It's a last-ditch effort by the body to produce energy. It eats your muscles. Look at Karen Carpenter. Died from anorexia. She died of a heart attack because it ate her heart muscle. Trying to produce energy from not eating. Okay? So it's a store. It's a starvation mechanism. So we really don't want to use that as our main source of energy in our body. Blood glucose. The sugar you get right from you dump table sugar and suck it down. Yeah, you'll get a spike in your sugar in your blood, or your blood sugar levels, but the body wants to conserve blood glucose for the brain. That's where it will use blood glucose, up here, because the brain does not have its own ability to make ATP. It's got to come up there directly. So it will do everything it can to keep your blood sugar high enough to feed the brain. Think about that. Those who have blood sugar problems. If you are having problems, it's because your body's saying, I got to get more sugar up here. We're doing this. And so the body will simply raise your set point and carry more blood sugar around so you don't starve your brain. It's not going to let you do that. We come to fat. Obviously, I've made this so fat has to become our major source of fuel that we burn in our body. It carries twice the energy per packet that all these other per weight. You can store up to 30 days worth of supply in your body, in your fat. So it becomes a very wonderful source of fuel in the body. And it's quickly, within minutes, adaptable to your energy supply. So you can maybe use your glycogen for a minute to get you going, and then the fat kicks in to take over your energy needs. That's in an ideal world. So what we're looking at is how do we get that area of our body working correctly? Functions of fat, we've got structural fat that's all around the body, holding things together, holding the organs and cushioning them. We've got, the protective fat doing the same thing. We've got this storage fat, this yellow fat. Some people call it bad fat. It's where your toxins are stored. It's where we get most of our energy from. It's also takes your immune system down. It's the inflammatory fat in the body. That's the bad fat. And that's what we need to get rid of in a healthy manner so we can get rid of the chronic degenerative problems. What controls it? And how do we use it? Well, obviously we got to start up in the brain. the brain's under constant threat for inflammation. The brain can inflame too, just like any other organ. You know, your B12, your methylation pathways. Huge inflammatory issue with the brain. Nutrient deficiencies of all sorts can cause inflammatory processes in the brain. Dysglycemia, blood sugar regulation, can cause inflammatory processes in the brain. More specifically, let's look at the hypothalamus. It's 4% of the brain in mass. It's the linkage between the nervous system and the endocrine system. It's what ties the nervous function of the brain to your chemical function of your body. It's the communicator of all these hormones in our body. It's the main regulatory organ for fat in the body and weight loss. And it's got to be satisfied on a daily basis. And 4 things satisfy it: food, sleep, exercise, and sex. Okay, so if it's not working right, have more sex. But we have to have those 4 things to get the hypothalamus functioning correctly. How many of you have sleep disturbances and that are overweight? Well, part of it is your hypothalamus is off kilter. So we're not sleeping correctly, and it's not restoring itself, or we're not exercising reasonably, and that's all part of it. So we have to satisfy it daily. Here are some functions of the hypothalamus: blood pressure regulation, high and low; pupil dilation, shivering, keeping you warm; bladder control, sweating; hunger, rage and anger come from there; thirst, heart rate, all your neuroendocrine functions. One of the interesting things with this program is, while you're doing it, you have to urinate a lot, I got to tell you. And one of the hormones that is being affected from the hypothalamus is vasopressin, antidiuretic hormone, is being affected in the brain. Your temperature while you're doing this program is affected. We were chilled for a little bit. Wasn't bad, it just, you've noticed a substantial difference in your temperature regulation because